Good afternoon, everybody. I'm on here to talk briefly about what to do if your dog gets a hold of some chocolate, specifically chocolate, because that was my case yesterday. Friday, I had some friends over. We were playing music, and they stayed late, so I offered them to spend the night, and I was going to cook breakfast the next morning. I had trail mix out that night while we were playing, which of course has raisins in it, which is not good for dogs. But specifically, the next morning when we woke up, uh, I was making breakfast and coffee, and one of my friends, he didn't drink coffee. So I told him I would make him some, if you want some hot chocolate, I would make it. And he said, that sounds good. Well, I wasn't giving him Swiss Miss. What I was going to cook or make for him was this. Okay, you can see this is Belize cacao. It's real, it's bitter. And the way that is made is what I did was I boiled some milk or water, but I like to use milk or cream, get it hot, and then these are the actual chocolate. They're little discs, right? They look kind of some of the dog food that I've seen, especially some science diet, kind of looks like that. So a dog might scoop this up, thinking, definitely without a doubt that that's food. Um, well, when I before I made this, I gave one of these discs to my friend, and I told him to take a bite of it because it's bitter. It's not Swiss Miss. And he took a bite of it, and of course he said, "Oh, it's bitter." I was like, "Well, you're gonna sweeten it up with sugar or honey. I have both." And so I don't know what happened to that disc that he ate. It took a little nibble off of. I suspect it fell on the floor, and Ollie got a hold of it because this was 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and I usually put Ollie out in the morning, and he hangs out in his kennel. And after everybody left, I went out to get him, and this is a couple hours later. He was lethargic, just staring off into space, and he had vomited and on his bed out there. And so I brought him in, and he was wobbly. Even when I picked him up, he was just his head was wobbling back and forth. His nose was warm. He had all the symptoms. His eyes were glazed over. And then when I set him down inside, he had thrown up again. Luckily, it was solid, and I could pick it up. It wasn't a runny throw up. It was like together, like food. So that was a bonus. And plus, I didn't have to induce vomiting. But I had known that he had been poisoning. I thought back, well, maybe somebody dropped some raisins, and he ate some of those, and then he got a piece of this chocolate. Now these, like the Reese's and the Hershey's, Ollie's 20 pounds. I don't know how much of this he could eat, but it wouldn't do anything to. It might make him a little sick, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's just milk chocolate, but this stuff is real chocolate, and it's really bad. And that's what he got a hold of. So, uh, what I did right away was, of course, it happens on a Saturday. All the vet officers are closed around here. And so I had to do it myself. I didn't have to induce vomiting. But if you do, this happens to your dog, just be calm about it. Remember, it usually takes about 2 hours to start noticing symptoms, so you can kind of watch and see what goes on. There was no frothing at the mouth or anything crazy, or no convulsions at this moment, but he was a little shaky. But what you want to do is to induce vomiting, you want to be certain that your dog hasn't swallowed anything sharp, like was chewing on maybe splinters of some of these treats out here could come back up and cause some damage, or maybe chewing on a stick or something like that that could do damage to his plumbing on the way up. But if you're certain of that, you can take a plastic spoon, put some peroxide in it, force it in your dog's mouth, make him swallow it, and stand by. Get him outside or somewhere where he can vomit. And if he doesn't vomit, Do that again until he comes up. I usually wait about 15 minutes or so, and then I'll give them a little more peroxide until they vomit. But this time I didn't have to do that. The next step is activated charcoal. All right, this is what I gave to Ollie. Six of those. They're 250 milligrams a piece. Two of them are 500. He's 20 pounds. I gave him six. You can put it in yogurt, water. Vet will take and put it in water and then syringe it in a dog's mouth, and it's a really messy process. What I did was I just took some. He likes his homemade dog food, so I just took a little bit of homemade dog food and I mixed it with this, and it was black. The dog food was completely black, but he didn't seem to mind. And usually a dog won't eat, so I got lucky. He's a little chow hound, and he ate it. But what the charcoal does is it binds any toxins in the body, and then they poop it out the next day or later on, and it's completely black. So that is basically what the vet will do, but you still want to call them. I mean, you still, you want to call your vet. I'm not a vet, but this is what a vet will do. And so that you want to do this as fast as you can if you suspect that your dog is eating some chocolate or grapes, raisins, and they're acting funny. Now, if they don't eat enough, maybe you see like a Reese's or something like that, and the dog got into it and ate the whole thing. Me personally, I would just like monitor my dog, for a while to make sure that they're all right, and just keep that in the back of your mind. But basically, that's it. It's the holidays coming up. There's going to be chocolate, candy. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. So maybe make a list just to be safe and put it on your refrigerator of things that dogs can't have, and then keep sure or keep track of your floor situation. Maybe sweep a couple times. Just make sure there's nothing on the floor, or put your dogs up while you have guests. That's the best thing. That's what I do. Not everybody likes dogs. So, I let them say hi, and then I put them in their crate or put them out in their kennel. That way there's nothing like that happens. But this was the next morning, and, I didn't even think about it. So anyway, I hope this helps. I just want to put this PSA out there before the holidays. If you don't have any activated charcoal, this stuff, go get it. You can buy it in bulk too, but I like this because it's easy to administer and keep track of. I just know 6 of these are good for a 20-pound dog. If I had a 40-pound dog, I might give 12 of them. They're not going to overdose your dog on these things. I would not have a problem if giving Ollie 12 of these, doubling, and nothing's going to happen. So get you some activated charcoal. Get your vet's phone number on readily available in case something happens, because the holidays are coming, and that's usually when it happens, on a holiday or the weekend. So, all right. Speaking of holidays, everybody have a happy holiday. Thank you.